Never to be Unsung, a Rock Trilogy, Volume 2, by J.T. Thilbertson, read by the author. Note to the reader. Beginning in Volume 2, the character of Lisa earns the nickname Lieutenant, pronounced Lieutenant in Europe, even though it's spelled the same on both sides of the Atlantic. I have chosen to use the traditional Eastern phonetic spelling and pronunciation of that title in the text for two reasons. One, to portray the Eastern flavor of the term for the benefit of the Western ear, and two, in Volume 3, the East-West difference of pronunciation develops into part of a comedic running bone of contention between the characters of Glen and Lisa, whereby further coloring their characters. Note to the reader. Beginning in Volume 2, the character of Lisa earns the nickname Lieutenant, pronounced Lieutenant in Europe, even though it's spelled the same on both sides of the Atlantic. I have chosen to use the traditional Eastern phonetic spelling and pronunciation of that title in the text for two reasons. One, to portray the Eastern flavor of the term for the benefit of the Western ear, and two, in Volume 3, the East-West difference of pronunciation develops into part of a comedic running bone of contention between the characters of Glen and Lisa, whereby further coloring their characters. Chapter 1. This time you gave me a mountain. 2 days after the entourage returned from Manchester, Glen came home to find Libet sitting on the landing outside his apartment door. Her eyes heralded bad news. She didn't even greet him. "This isn't going to be good, is it?" he assumed. "No, hon, it isn't," she confirmed. He felt a bolt of dread in his side, as she had never called him hon. Drawing a deep sigh, he opened the door, and she followed him in. She took his hand as they sat down on the sofa. "I picked up the new issue of Rolling Stone about an hour ago," she began. "I was praying that I'd get to you first. Eddie and Ash are on the cover. They did a major story on the plane crash." "Okay," he remarked. "The AAIB released the results of their investigation on the crash," she continued. "Because Eddie was able to get the plane down in water, whereby keeping it basically intact, the investigation was easier, and the results more conclusive. They found evidence of sabotage, Glen." "Sabotage?" he half whispered. "Yeah," she confirmed. "New Scotland Yard is actually calling it a murder investigation now. That word is in bold letters on the cover. I didn't want you to find out the same way I did, at the grocery checkout. I about scared the woman behind me half to death. I was hoping to at least spare you that much." "Thanks, sis," he managed, obviously shocked. "Who?" he queried. "Why? What did either of them ever do to anyone? It doesn't make any sense." "There's more, hon," she continued. "Oh, no. More with the hun. Now what?" "They also released the autopsy results." "You're not going to tell me something gory, are you?" "No, Bubba. Not gory. Just weird." "Go ahead," he said. "There was no water in their lungs, Glen." "What does that mean?" he queried. "It means that they stopped breathing before the plane hit the water. And the best forensic pathologists in Britain have no idea why. All of the toxicology reports came back negative. They couldn't find a trace of anything in their bodies that could have killed them." Glen sat there looking stunned. "Somebody killed my wife," he seethed. "I don't know who, I don't know how, and I don't know why. And if that's not bad enough, the finest legal and medical minds in Britain, who are among the best in the world, are as stumped as I am. You know, I've had better days, Libet. How about you?" She added her other hand to the one with which she was holding his. "Yesterday I was worried about you, Bubba. Today I'm petrified. I'm afraid that I don't have tweezers big enough for this thorn. I'm praying my socks off for you, and if that makes you mad, so be it. I'm still your friend, even if you do bark at me." His eyes began to moisten. "I'm not going to bark at you again," he assured. "I'm still trying to forgive myself for the other day. I know where you stand. You go ahead and keep standing there, just in case you're right. But as far as me joining hands with you in that stand is concerned, well, let's just agree to disagree and leave it at that. That way, neither one of..."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?